stuff all busted up, boy.
Guns of the Magnificent Seven is the third installment in the Magnificent Seven movie series that was released on August 1st, 1969. I have reviewed both of the first two movies, so you should already know how I feel about them. But what do I feel about this one? Well, let's find out as always, starting with the story. A Mexican revolutionary decides to find Chris, the gunslinger who has fought with 7 other gunfighters like himself twice. And this is because a Mexican leader has been trapped in a brutal army camp / prison. So much like he has done the previous times, Chris finds 6 more gunfighters so they can free the leader and destroy the army that imprisoned him and caused pain and suffering in a Mexican village. I think the story's pretty damn good. I mean it. Sure, it's not nearly as good as the first movie or even the second one, but there are some aspects I do like. First, Chris is as good of a fucking character as he usually is, but I will get to that later. Some of the new gunfighters actually have distinct personalities. Now, this was evident in the first 2 movies, but I think it is more transparent here. This movie has the first African American gunfighter in the entire series, Cassie, and he is pretty damn good. I also kind of like PJ. I don't think he has one word of dialogue. Maybe 1 or 2 lines here and there. But somehow I knew how he was feeling. That is a fucking great example of visual storytelling. This sort of goes along with this, but I really like the romantic subplot involving PJ and a woman in the village. Are there any memorable scenes? Well, there is one scene towards the beginning where one of the gunfighters, I can't fucking remember the name, is about to be hanged because they think he stole his horse. But one guy insists that it is his horse. But the gunfighter claims it's his horse. Chris decides to have the horse be called by both men, and sure enough, the horse responds to the gunfighter. So they think. But it is later revealed that the gunfighter actually did steal the horse, but the town still didn't know it. One of the things that makes the scene memorable is the mind game of did he steal it or not? They could have been really contrived and have it actually be his horse, but that is not what they did. It is enjoyable, but I will admit it's an acquired taste, and this could lead you to believe that he's a complete bastard for doing it. but his subsequent actions make you gloss over that incident. One character I did not care for was the little kid. I'm not I'm not gonna say he's the worst, but I still find the kid pretty fucking annoying. Then again, I find most kids annoying, but this kid bugs me in different ways. The main thing is he asks way too many questions. He he asks the gunfighters question after question, and I get that sometimes kids do this, but it is not pleasant to watch in real life or on film. I was so glad when Chris finally tells the kid off. He says, "You ask too many questions." Not only did this round it not only did it not only does this round this kid out a bit, but it is comforting that Chris knows exactly how the fuck I feel. So the story is good despite some problems, not because of them. Now the action scenes are fucking awesome. I say that about a lot of action scenes, but I really but the action scenes in this movie are pretty fucking awesome. There are a lot of guns, a dose of explosions, and some blood to add some intensity. Both the mini action scene that comes toward the middle and the climax are are satisfying, and both shot and edited fairly well. I guess it is also satisfying to see the Seven kill all those bastards, including the villain. The production values are pretty good. The cinematography, editing, sound, art direction, and set decoration are all stellar. The music is okay. It has some of the iconic score from the first two movies, which is something you have to have. But the rest of this, but the rest of it is pretty forgettable. But overall, Guns of the Magnificent Seven is a surprisingly solid entry into the Magnificent Seven movie series, and a magnificent series it is. I used to think that the story was not all that good, but upon rewatch, I actually liked it a little more. The action scenes are great, and the action scenes are great, and the production values are pretty good. However, while the story is good, it's not as good as the first two, and the little kid definitely hinders the experience. But I still enjoyed myself enough to watch it whenever I please. And for that, I give Guns of the Magnificent Seven 4 out of 5 stars with the title of Awesome. That is what the fuck I like. Anyway, I'm Spike Robot. Thank y'all for watching, and take it easy.